All right, we're closing in here on the start of the 2022 Husker football season. Hi, Sean Callahan with Husker Online and here for ABM today as we continue our in-depth look of the Nebraska football team. And today we're talking to defensive line. These four guys barely fit in here today. We got a big, wide group of guys joining us. We got Nash, Hutmacher, Colton, Feist, Ty Robinson, and Jalen Weaver. Guys, welcome. I know summer's almost over. You guys are in the midst of summer conditioning. What's summer been like, Ty? You're the veteran of the group. I mean, you've been around the block now. Kind of give us a rundown of kind of what the summer's been like.
Yeah, they've really increased the intensity for this summer. We've been going pretty much every day with workouts, individual stuff, whether it's coach-led or player-led. Then we come back in the afternoon to do our running, conditioning, and stuff like that, and then that's how we end the day, just get back up in the morning and do it all over again.
Yeah, and I know, like, workouts, they have been pretty intense, but I think going in there, we're kind of taking a different mindset in there. Like, we're making them more intense than they maybe plan to have them. Like, we're going in there with the attitude, like, we're going to be dead at the end of every workout. We're attacking every workout with the best we can, and we're working as hard as we can.
Yeah, I think it's been nice to have some, like, on-the-field work, too, this year, whether it's player-led or whatever, and just, like, doing some stuff to work on our craft other than just lifting like normally we would have done.
How about you, Jailen? What have you kind of gained out of the summer?
Basically just getting conditioning. Coach Duval and the strength staff, they do a good job of helping us recover and stuff like that, taking care of our body. So, yeah, there's a lot of conditioning and getting our bodies right for the season.
And by the way, Jailen, you might be the largest human being in Lincoln. I mean, just you've come to Nebraska, and you know you're a guy that a lot of people don't know because you redshirted last year. How big of a journey has it been to kind of get your body right and develop to kind of get yourself to where you want to be to play?
From when I first got here, if you would have seen me, I was like I'm big, but like I was like just a big round bowling ball. So like, yeah, like Coach Duval and a lot of those guys, they really helped me like cut down a lot, just build up a lot of muscle. Yeah, that's basically about it.
How have you guys seen Jailen kind of work to kind of get right?
Yeah, he's made a lot of progress since he's first got here, but I know there's still a lot more to be made. But I'm super proud of what he's done, the discipline to go out and hold himself accountable with conditioning and eating right and lifting weights and stuff like that. So really proud of him.
Yeah, he's been working hard.
Yeah, for sure. He's made a big jump since when he first got here. I remember one of the first times we went out conditioning, we all kind of were like, oh boy, he's got some work to do. But, you know, he's been working.
We're going to not need one trim. We need a few trims.
Yeah. But he's been working, and he's been doing a good job. We just got to keep going, building off of it.
Well, this room in general, you guys lost a lot of guys that had played football at Nebraska. So, but there's still people that return, and then you got a mixture of newcomers that have come in. Ty, kind of break down this room and what you've seen so far, just with the guys that have stepped up, the newcomers, and the veterans that return.
Yeah, going through spring, I mean, you really didn't see like a fall off or a drop off from the season. I mean, all three of these guys have stepped up tremendously throughout spring, and I look forward to seeing it in fall camp as well. The new guys, it's awesome to have those guys added into the group. I think they fit perfectly with what we're trying to do in the group. Oshan's been doing great. So is Win. Win just got here with us, so really excited to see what he's about.
Yeah. I mean, like Ty said, I didn't really see much of a drop-off from, not much of us having very much game experience. And like you said, I'm really looking forward to these guys, seeing what they can do too, so.
Yeah, I mean, spring ball, we had our time with underneath those older guys, they're mentoring us, especially me and some of the younger guys, they're gone, and now it's our time to step up. They prepared us as best they could for when they left, and now it's our time. We've been trying to step up, and we've been working. We're ready to go.
Yeah, pretty much piggybacking off Nash, like it's no time to wait. You gotta step up and do your job to the best of your ability. So,
you got a new position coach. For you, Ty, Mike Dawson recruited you, so it's really not new for you. But biggest difference so far with Mike Dawson running the room, maybe versus Coach Tuioti before?
Mentality, really. I think Coach Dawson's plan for how he wants us to play defensive line is really good. It's a lot more violent, aggressive, just getting up the field, just blowing up plays, making big plays, stuff like that. Just letting us off the leash a little bit at a time every day at practice, and getting to see what we can do and just kind of mess around and have some fun. That's really the key thing. He just wants us to have fun.
Yeah, like Ty said, just kind of a different mindset of just really getting vertical, which I think will help a lot with our pass rush and stuff. And I kind of like having all of us together because we got the outside backers in there too. So kind of like making everyone work together, like especially in the pass rush. So I think that's been good.
Yeah, having the whole room together has been really good. You know, before when we were in separate rooms, it was like, well, maybe we heard one thing and they heard it a little different with the other coach, and so now it's all the same. We're kind of all on the same page, and especially with pass rush, I think that's the biggest thing is knowing how everything fits, how everything works together.
For differences, for me, it's like I'm like still kind of new, so like I wasn't with Tuioti too long, like they were. You know, I didn't.
More with the scout team.
Yeah, I was like with the scout team a lot more. So it's like it's basically like the same thing for me, just getting to know the coach more and how he coaches and things like that, like with Coach Dawson.
When you go back to, like, say, even 2019, how much have you seen the scheme and the philosophy change with what the defensive lineman does at Nebraska, maybe compared to what it was like when, like, the Davis brothers were here?
There really hasn't been no change in scheme. I mean, Coach Chin has done a great job with coming up with scheme. I think he's got a really solid game plan for every week and really solid defense. Really, what comes down is if we can execute it to the best of our ability. That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, like Ty said, I just see maybe like a little thing changing here and there, but nothing like major, just going out there and executing.
How about just pass rush? I mean, how big is it, Ty, that you guys can get that consistent four-man rush? Because it just seems like the great ones in this league, they can get to quarterbacks with four, and they don't have to bring that fifth or sixth guy to get in there and expose the back end of your defense.
Right, and it goes to with having the outside linebackers in our room now. We can all start thinking on the same level. We don't really gotta like question what they're gonna do. We can talk to them before practice what we're kind of, if you want to give a look, and that look means do a certain game or do a certain move or cover me or something like that. It's been great. And then I think the weapons we got now especially is going to be really helpful with our pass rush game.
What do you guys think about the importance of the pass rush this year?
The pass rush is, I think it's going to be a lot better this year. Like, I mean, we keep stating it over and over again, but being in the same room, everyone on the same page, speaking the same language, hearing the same things, being in the same meetings, I think it's going to make it just that much better. The communication-wise, it's all going to be super clear. We're going to know, we know what they're doing on every play, and they know what we're doing on every play now. So it's not like there's that kind of separate, but you're still working together. We're working together, same room all the time.
Yeah, and I think the third down's a big make it or break it down. You know, you either get off the field or you got another set of downs. So I think we're putting a bigger emphasis on getting to the quarterback on third down.
What do you want for you, Jailen, being a younger guy? What do you need to really work on to kind of become a finely tooled lineman and kind of get your skill set right?
Understanding my assignment at all times and being on the same page as all the other D linemen. Yeah, that's basically like the biggest thing.
Now, Garrett Nelson, do you guys consider him a defensive lineman now, or does he still go to the outside linebacker room? How does the breakdown go with guys like Garrett Nelson, Caleb Tanner? Are they with the defensive line now?
Technically, yeah, they are. I consider them.
You let them in the room.
I welcome them with open arms. That all those outside linebackers, I think they're all part of the defensive line, and I think that's what makes it crucial. It's almost like a brotherhood now, and the unity, and just kind of keep reiterating that kind of bond and being on that same page. I think that's really going to be like the missing key factor that we've had these past couple of years. I think it's what's going to help us out the most this year.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, was Garrett and like those type of players in your room last year?
No, they were.
No.
I mean, they weren't really in the room ever. I mean, we'd have a pass rush meeting once a week or whenever, where we'd be together, but it wasn't very often where we were in the same meeting.
And that's where Coach Dawson has the title now, defensive front coach. And
So that's all of us.
And that kind of so that you guys think that works better, just to have
Helps with being on the same page for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
When you look at Garrett, I mean, what kind of gains has he made?
I mean, I only see him going up. Even in the weight room, I mean, he's already shredded, but I mean, he just keeps pushing weight. He's really stepped up into being a great leader on the team as well. Just taking that role on the defense, and then I think over the team as a whole as well. But he just keeps doing his thing. He brings that energy every day, and I mean, he just wants to grind with his bros, basically. So,
Nash, for you, this is a big year for you to kind of crack into that rotation. I mean, where do you think you're at, and what's kind of your goals going into this season?
I've been obviously kind of in that role. Last year I got some reps in some games, but I wasn't really in that rotation, I guess. And so this year, looking to just be in that rotation all year long, looking to step it up, make plays all year long, and just keep getting better, just sticking with some of the older guys, getting tips, stuff from them as I go. But, it's really stepping into that role of being in that rotation all the time.
And Colton, you would have played a lot more early until you got hurt in camp. I mean, how hungry are you now to get it right this year?
Yeah, I'm super excited, like Nash said, to be in the rotation and get to play with my brothers. So.
And Jailen, what are your expectations going into this year? I mean, as you try to get up with these guys here and play more and learn from them.
Do the best I can do going into camp. That's all you can really do, Just get prepared, and when my time comes, I'll be ready.
Does guys like Ty push you every day?
Every single second.
Coach Ty, right?
Whether he likes it or not, I'm on it, but.
Yeah, Ty, for you, I mean, when you look at snap counts in games, like what is the ideal number for you where it's not too many snaps and you can play at a high level?
Well, I mean, going back from last season, I didn't really see a game where I didn't either get too many snaps or less amount of snaps. Really, I'm happy with whatever I get because, that's all I'm going to get. And from my understanding is whether you're out there for a play or you're out there for 12 plays, what you do on the field is what matters the most at that time. So whether they make me go 70 plays in a game, 80 plays in a game, whatever it may be, so be it. I signed up to do this. I'm here. I chose to be here. Let's get going.
With what you have added, though, with the transfers and some of the other players, how much is that going to help the depth? Because I remember when we talked in the spring, you guys all took so many reps because there just weren't a lot of bodies yet. How much can these additional bodies they brought in just help the rotational depth?
Depth always helps, yeah, for sure. Really, really excited to see what Wynn and O'Shawn do. I know the Texas Tech guy hasn't gotten here yet, but really excited to see what he can do as well and how he can help add to this group as well.
What do you think the importance, guys, on just depth, where you're not counting on players to go 70 or 60 snaps and kind of spread that out a little bit more?
Yeah, I think Dawson's big on that too, is getting a good group together. He's big on getting a group that you can rotate because, let's face it, the more people you have that can play, the better it's going to be, where you can literally just go, and then when you get tired, you come out and just go back in. So,
yeah, being able to have those guys now to where, you don't have to take 70 snaps is going to be, it's always good. Like Feist said, having guys that can play and are ready to go at any time is always a good thing. So no matter what happens out there in the game, so much stuff that can happen. Having guys that are hungry, ready to get out there and get snaps is always a good thing.
Well, guys, let's talk about the season and kind of the focus moving forward. First of all, I want to ask about last year for you, Ty. How tough was last season, kind of coming so close, so many of these big games, and how much has that fueled you guys this offseason?
I feel like that's the main fuel, at least for me, going from winter conditioning, spring football, and now summer, going into camp into the next season, is I'm tired of hearing that we're so close, so close, so close. So close doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you rings, doesn't get you trophies, doesn't get you to win the game. And I feel like that's finally hitting a lot of guys home where it needs to get them to also be motivated as well to produce for this next season. And I feel this is the best since I've been here in my 3 to 4 years. This is the best I've felt about a team since I've been here.
What do you think, guys? Just the mindset.
Yeah, like Ty said, I think that's pretty good fuel, knowing that how close we were last year in literally every single game, and that however many we lost. So I think going forward, everyone has motivation. So.
Yeah, I think you can go through the whole locker room and ask guys what they thought about last year, and pretty much every guy's going to say, I'm tired of being one play short, or I'm tired of that. That's the biggest thing, that's I know as a D-line, we're attacking every workout. Like we're working out like we're not going to let that one play be the difference. We're going to be able to go out there and like we were talking earlier, if we need to play 70 snaps, we're going to play the 70 best snaps that we can play, and we're going to dominate on all 70 snaps. That's how we're training. That's the mindset going in. Is we talk about not being one play short, and it's we're working like that's the goal. We know where we want to be, and we're working like that, and that's kind of the mindset attitude that it's been in the summer, how I felt.
Jailen, as a freshman last year, what did you, just watching it all kind of play out, what were your takeaways? Just how many of these games it felt like in the fourth quarter, man, we're going to win this one, and then, I mean, just coming up short in the end.
Yeah, I mean, like watching every game and then seeing like you dominate against like the top competition in the country, and then you just come up short. It's like dang, like it's like a punch to the stomach, because it's like you want them to win so bad. It's like you can't do anything to help them like at the moment. But it's like I feel like this year it's gonna be a lot better. It's not gonna be like that one play difference or that one mistake. Like we're gonna get it together.
Ty, was there a game or a moment that you still think about today where you literally, when you think about it, you just want to take a sledgehammer and just tear down a wall?
Michigan State. That's the one game where we messed up the punt on special teams, and that's how they won the game.
Yeah, 0 first downs in the entire.
Held the Heisman runner-up or whatever to 63 yards the whole entire game. I mean, our defense came to play that game, and offense did too. But just it goes back to those little details that we just keep missing, or we're not staying focused long enough to execute those little things.
And I feel like that one game actually kept him from the Heisman. Like that guy, if he would have had a big game against you, he had a big game with everyone else. I mean, so you guys kept a guy from probably getting to at least New York, or I'm trying to remember if he made it to New York or not, but I know I didn't vote for him on the Heisman. Like anybody that can't run for more than 20-some yards against Nebraska is not a Heisman. I mean, this guy's not, it wasn't a, but yeah, I'm sure, is there any moments for you guys that you think about besides Michigan State?
The Michigan game, I'd say that's another one.
Yeah.
Just some little mistakes that we made.
Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of games. I mean, take your pick. Not one of those felt different than the other to me. They were all like you're just getting punched right in the stomach. When you lose a game like that, it's the worst way to lose a game. When it's just that one little mistake or whatever it is. They're all punches to the gut, and that's fuel for this year.
What about just the consistency of like games like Illinois, Minnesota, Purdue? I mean, those are ones I think Nebraska fans like we should win these games, and then you played better though against like the Ohio States and the Michigans and the Michigan States. How do you get that consistency where it carries over to all the games on your schedule?
It's mindset, and I really don't think the mindset's really shifted from a defensive point of view from the years I've been here. I think it's only grown stronger, and it's just how serious you take those practices in the week before the game. I mean, if you're going through practice lackadaisical because it's whoever you're playing and you think you're better than them, I mean, that's really why we're losing. And if you're not doing the extra work, getting film, doing recovery, doing all the little things that you need to do outside of the sport, and you show up on Saturday not ready to play, that's what's going to happen.
Guys, you open up in Ireland. This game, it feels like it should have happened like 5 years ago. We've been waiting. I think we're actually going to get a go, which is going to be a lot of fun. But for you guys, a lot of pressure. You go overseas. Jailen, first, I'll go to you first on this. What are you looking forward to most about just the experience to travel over to Ireland and play a football game?
I don't really know how to answer that question like clearly.
Get this man a first-class seat on the plane, by the way. Don't stick him in coach.
Comfortable ride.
It makes you happy, huh?
Yeah.
He gets one of those pod seats. Like, I'm going to be curious the stories on who gets the sleep pod seats on those plane rides. Ty's like, I know I'm getting one.
I'm definitely getting one. But I mean, going out to Ireland, it's really awesome. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get and go play a collegiate football game in a different country across a whole ocean, and to play in front of fans out there. And I mean, I already know a bunch of fans that are from here that are going to Ireland. I know my family's going. I know a bunch of other families that are going, so I know the support will be there. And I think it's going to be like another Memorial Saturday night.
Yeah, like you said, going over there, it's felt like it's been happening for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to finally get over there. But we'll have to take care of our business on the plane ride and everything. So.
Yeah, like Feist said, I mean, it's going to be a cool experience. It's going to be a lot of fun, but at the end of the day, it's a business trip. We're going there to win a football game. We're not going there to go downtown to the pubs tonight, throughout the week. Like,
speak for yourself.
But, at the end of the day, it's going to be a business trip. It's going to be a cool experience. It's going to be really cool to see Ireland, but, we all got that goal still, so you can't lose sight of that on the long plane ride over there and getting there, and you can't lose sight of that goal. Have a little fun, but at the end of the day, it's a business trip.
Have you studied the fishing scene in Ireland?
I have not.
You probably won't have much time. Well, guys, thank you very much for sitting down. I know we're about a month away from practice starting, so best of luck as you guys continue the summer workouts.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, signing off here with the defensive line for Husker Online and ABM, I'm Sean Callahan.